Yeah, let's get it started.
Let's get started. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe we should wait a couple of minutes more before everybody on board. We could start to talk about us a little bit, an introduction.
Yeah. So who are you, Shino? How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
My name is Shino Diabate. I work here as an enterprise account executive, and I help the larger organizations with their people strategy. So who are you?
All right. Firstly, warm welcome to everybody online joining us at this webinar that we're going to talk about listening AI. My name is Patrik Thuring, and I'm the product manager at Eletive, which means that I work a lot with product development.
All right. Okay. That's really good. So we have like 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
We're going to present, and you're more than welcome to write some questions in the comment section. And when it's about 10 minutes left, we'll go into the Q&A.
Cool. Let's get the started.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll start presenting the topic for the day, introducing listening AI.
Yeah.
Our latest feature, right?
Yeah, it is. Really exciting. The new breed of employee listening technology. So yeah, let's go.
Just gonna click that down so we can see the whole page, the whole screen.
So we start, of course, about telling a bit about us. Who is Eletive and what is Eletive? Global People Success Platform. That's what we are. So what we do is actually we help people build a feedback culture and improve the feedback culture. We are today up to date over 9 million surveys done in our database, huge number. And we also from the beginning have a unique focus on self-leadership. More on that later.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple of steps back. Most companies and most organizations have historically been really good at measuring sales, finance, marketing, production, etc. But most companies also have forgotten to measure the most important thing. You know what? The employees. So historically, people have been relying on the gut feeling, and we tend to change that, actually.
How are we going to change it?
Yeah, so we have a unique approach. So the old way today, some modern solutions actually do have certain solutions that put pressure on boards, HR, and managers, and they don't really involve the employees. And the Eletive way, we would like really to do that in a good and a proper fashion. So that's the Eletive way. We involve the employees because that's where all the power comes from.
So you can actually say that we are developing self-leadership not only on the individual level, but also on a manager team level.
Exactly.
And also on the top management and organization level, right?
Precisely.
So all the different levels within an organization.
Yeah.
And that is one of our core values of improving general engagement.
Exactly. All right. So why listening AI? What is it with listening AI that's so fantastic? Okay, so most companies today, most organizations and their management teams and others always have in their head more or less 3 questions. What should we keep doing, stop doing, do better? And these are more or less consciously thought of. And we also can see that the more successful companies that works with these in a more conscious way also do better. But in the center of these comes feedback. So how do we know what we should be keep doing, stop doing, and do better? Feedback is in the center. So that's why we're talking about the feedback culture.
So like in general, like Shino, so what should I keep doing that you have observed the last couple of weeks or a time period? And then you can give me one of the input, but that's only you, right?
Exactly.
I want to ask many more people to get a whole range of feedback.
Yeah.
And that's listening AI at its core as well.
Exactly. At scale.
At scale.
Really good.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the problem? What's the challenge then, Patrik?
So we at Eletive and within people success culture, we believe that we want to encourage feedback. We want to encourage inputs from your employees, your manager, the whole organization, and usually organization works a lot with quantified inputs, like 1 to 5 questions, yes or no, stuff that you can summarize and aggregate very easily, right?
Yeah.
But that will only get you so far in actionable insights. Which decisions that you want to take, you need to know more. And you need to open up for open-ended questions and comments in your organization, like free text answers.
Okay, good.
But there's a challenge there, because if you have free text answers, you can't really aggregate that easily. And the challenge is then that will get stuck in silos, or it gets lost.
Yeah.
And when it gets lost or stuck in silos, people tend to lose engagement, because people don't feel like the manager or the organization really listen to you, your opinions, what you have to say. So okay. This is what we have addressed with Listening AI. Yeah. And the other challenge is that if you are a medium or a larger company, especially if you are a larger company, you have a huge amount of inputs, of free text inputs. And it is difficult to make sense of that input if you just go through all the comments one by one. And that's a tedious task. And that brings us to the next challenge. It is hard to get an overview. Yeah. It's hard to get an overview for if you're a manager, or if you are HR manager, top management, to get the facts on the table.
Yeah.
What shall we improve in our organization? Is it communication? Is it our strategies? Stuff like that.
Okay.
And the last challenge is it is tedious to, as I said before, go through all these answers, all the free text answers that you really can't aggregate in an easy way if you don't have Listening AI or a similar solution. It is truly time consuming.
I see. I've been experiencing that myself, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see the problem.
So what we have looked at the solution is that we have developed a sophisticated AI technology that allows you as a manager or top management or anywhere in your organization to really listen into your organization and to extract all the most significant and prominent topics that people speak about.
Yeah.
And we do this in depth because when you derive actionable insights on open-ended questions and comments, you will really dig deep in what people actually think of your company and what they want to, continue doing, stop doing, and do better.
Okay.
The feedback culture.
Yeah.
And it is really important for us that this is done as close to real time as possible. So when you take a decision, that you're going to take that decision as close to the data or information that you receive. Okay. So there's not a huge time lag there. And we do this, of course, in scale. So that's one of the beautiful things about this feature, that you can address your whole organization and get actionable insights at scale.
Yeah. So I come to think about an example concerning change. If you make changes today, and all of us more or less lives in a constant change.
Yeah.
So change management is crucial today in different businesses and organizations. Then you can use this tool to follow the change.
Right.
To follow the different sentiments within the company.
And actually to know which actions you take that made sense and gave results, and what actions that you should avoid. All connected to facts.
Okay.
And feedback, keyword feedback. So we want to bring you along a journey, a example how you can use Listening AI in your organization. So let's say that you have sent out a survey with free text answers, like open-ended questions and comments.
Mm-hmm.
You receive all that input, and this is the first level of listening AI. This is the bird view of listening AI. So listening AI extracts from all the comments, from all the free text answers that you have received, really extracts the most prominent, most significant topics that people write about.
So these are the most significant topics here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the bigger the bubble, the more significant topic.
Okay.
So in this example, the people have written mostly about workload, because that's the biggest bubble.
Yeah. Okay.
And the color scale here is that red is more negative in emotion, and green is more positive in emotion.
Okay. So that's the scale. So we are now at the workload is quite negative in this view, in this organization.
If you are a manager or included in top management, you should really address workload as a topic to improve the people success and employee well-being.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if for example, if you manage a big organization, if you have too much workload for a long period of time, it's of course very negative for the organization.
Sick leave, people will maybe leave your company, bad PR, stuff like that. But mostly it's about how people feel and how they can perform at your workplace.
All right. Can you dig deeper?
So yeah, this is the first level, the bird eye view. So let's dig into workload and to get more insights before we can maybe create an action plan, what we should do to address this issue. So next step is to look at, you can look at different segments in our product. Segments is kind of like you customize your organization. So you can group them in all the various ways that you want. Okay. You can group them in departments or countries or gender or anything you want. Okay. And listening AI is connected to this, of course. So in this example, workload can be correlated to that females, Denmark or UK is the most prominent segments that speaks negatively in general and also on workload. Okay.
So all these negative workload, breakfast, pension plan, manager, boss, is most negative topics right now in these groups.
Yeah.
Female, Denmark, UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here you can actually create an action plan to address females, Denmark and UK, perhaps. For workload, breakfast, maybe if that is a topic that you want to address as well. I know that's could be very important. I mean,
it could be, yeah.
Food is very important for some. But if you want to dig even deeper into insights, you will go to level 2 of listening AI. So here you see up in the left corner that the topic is workload. This is what we're looking at, right? Yeah. But here we see all the adjectives connected to workload.
Adjectives, okay.
Adjective, because that is the most descriptive way on how you can describe a topic.
Okay.
And in this example, listening AI has identified that unstructured workload or confusing workload is the most negatively people write about.
Okay.
And the scale is the same here. So negatively to positively here on the x-axis, and the y-axis is the emotional content. So the further up you go here, the stronger the emotion is.
Oh, okay. I see.
So you should definitely address the adjectives that are up here to do something about it.
Yeah. So this makes it even easier for you to, for example, understand what's happening during a change in the company.
Yeah. Okay. So now you can derive like, okay, we know that unstructured workload, confusing workload could be like that we have an unclear strategy, maybe. Our company goals or values are confusing or unclear, stuff like that. Okay. But if you want to know even more, you can click on one of these adjectives, like, for example, here, unstructured. We will go to the last level, the deepest level of listening AI.
Okay.
And here we show the source of the feedback, the source from your employees connected to the topic workload and the adjective unstructured.
Okay.
So here you can actually read all those comments connected to that to derive your insights and actions. You can also see a comment distribution in positive, neutral, and negative.
Okay.
And the overall score of the workload topic.
So that is more like a sentiment score, plus or minus right now in the business. Okay. It's really, really good.
And we have a cool functionality here as well. I mean, we are offering 38 languages in our product, and the listening AI takes care of all of that. So we translate everything to English, and then we do the NLP analysis, the artificial intelligence analysis, which makes it possible for the user to toggle between the original language and the English translation.
All right.
So if you are a global organization and you have inputs from all over the world, you as a HR manager or anyone else can easily, just by one click of a button, get all the comments translated into English to read your insights and actions.
Okay, so if I'm a part of a huge organization and I'm in Sweden and my Spanish colleagues write something, then I can instantly translate this. And I also understand what the nature of the problem could be. Okay.
So I think in the end, you can use this to create objectives, actions, one-on-ones, all the different follow-ups and actions based on facts, based on what your people are writing about and what you listen into.
Powerful. I can imagine there will be some questions around this from the audience, but we're soon there.
Yeah. We have 3 or 4 minutes left. So
okay, good.
Shall we move along?
Yeah, let's move on. Okay, so this is my slide. So what you have shown us now, Patrik, is more or less that it's a really good idea to understand the organization, understand the needs of your organization, especially. And I can only concur. This makes it easier to also perform a great leadership in your organizations.
Yeah, people work in the same way practically. Like, you feel good if you're listened to.
Yeah.
If someone pays attention.
Yeah.
Pays attention to your thoughts, your ideas, your advice. Because that will empower people. And people will feel safe and the engagement will go up.
Safe, you say?
Yeah.
Tell me more. What do you mean?
Well, I think people are more comfortable if other people listen to your ideas, take you seriously, and you are included in a group.
Okay.
And it's super important as an employee to feel included within your organization.
That's a good point. Okay, over to the next slide. So what we're looking at here is on the left side. That's the challenge. To sum it up, valuable feedback gets lost or stuck in silos. So this part I've also experienced myself. It's highly confusing to be in this in this kind of situation. So on the right side, you find the solution, a unified platform with a structured full cycle framework. So let me shortly just explain what I mean. So on the top here, you see the box listen. And this is, of course, one of the first steps You have to listen to start to get to understand, and that's the next step.
Take in the inputs and measurements and surveys, stuff like that.
What does the management think? What does the employees think? And
all the different levels, right?
All the different levels.
Yeah.
And when you have that insight, you can of course start to act. And the action is really, really important. And after that, you can also drive the different performances. That takes you to the goal.
And I would say like listening AI is, it covers a lot here, but mostly understand, because listening AI will extract, as I said before, the most important actionable insights.
Yeah.
And then you can act upon that. And when you act in a fact-based way, you will perform. And then you remeasure.
Yeah.
And you will, with listening AI, extract new insights, right? And then you will act upon them, and then you perform. And this is the flywheel of people's success that we have in our product vision as well.
Yeah, really, really powerful. The few customers I've spoken to up to now, since we just launched this, are really, really happy with the function so far, and they get this really, really valuable insight. And I start to understand how useful that is.
It is an agile way of developing self-leadership and people success culture at scale in your organization.
Okay, really good.
So 3, 2, 1, 0. That's 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Let's have some Q&A. Okay, should you take away the screen?
Right. So we have one input here. It looks like the perfect HR person that can listen to us all the time and not into too much data. I don't have my glasses on. How do you recommend implementing listening AI with the existing survey strategy? Tough question, because there are a lot of survey strategies out there.
Yeah.
When you enable listening AI in our product, listening AI will analyze all your historical comments as well. So you can go back in time and look at your insights.
Yeah, powerful.
And of course, when you do new surveys, it will be included there as well, of course.
Okay. Yeah, we have some more questions here. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay. Thumbs up. How does this work on a global scale with comments and answers in different languages?
Yeah, as I said during the presentation, we do the listening AI analysis in English, and in that we can take in all the languages that we provide in the platform, 38 languages, and then we do the analysis in English, and then we can present it in English, but you can toggle back to your original language for all the comments. Yeah. To see the actual source of the original, but also to get a clear view of all the comments in English.
Okay, that's really good. Let's take another one here. What different ways can you filter the answers and comments? All
right, so as I said, with the segments in our platform, our customers and users, they can tailor-make their organization and grouping as they like. Okay. So, and they can also have a hierarchy. So they can be built up top management and all the regions, countries, departments, teams, you name it. And listening AI takes that into account. So you can pinpoint a team or a region, anything, and receive insights from listening AI. Yeah. So you can get a picture of where in your organization, where in your groups that people talk positively about the subject and negatively about the subject. Yeah. And compare it well. Okay. Okay. Because then you can actually derive more precise actions and strategies to handle people success culture in your different regions. What shall we focus on in the in Sweden, for example, compared to in Denmark or Germany?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I have another question here. What if you are a company with only 50 employees? Can you still use listening AI?
Of course, yeah. You can be as small as a couple of persons, but when you are more people, the value gets even bigger. But that's when you just imagine if you have 40 or 50 employees in your company and you get comments or free text answers from all of them, that is also a teacher's task to go through, especially if you have a pulse survey every week or second week or that frequency.
Okay.
You will have a lot of input, which it is difficult to make a huge sense of that.
Yeah, I can also imagine it's also good to have the power of measurement over time.
Yeah.
So even if you're a smaller organization, you get a certain amount of feedback.
Yeah.
Over time, you can also measure it.
You see those bubbles evolve. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the time now? We have maybe 1 minute left.
I think we have 1 minute left.
1 or 2, yeah.
Okay.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. So let's wrap it up. Yeah. Okay. So to summarize,
this was our first webinar.
Yeah, this was our first webinar. So
really fun.
Really fun to have you guys on, and thank you for listening. Yeah, but I think that's a wrap.
That's all for us then.
Yeah. Thank you, Patrik.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Online.